Hi everyone, this is Ryan and welcome back to the Angel Scrolls. I'm speaking to you today with sincerity so I may personally answer some of the questions you may have. I understand the apprehension that future visionaries may have about me. By the responses the angels are giving in this next song, there are obviously those out there that have concerns. Some of which may be how I can meet the hopes and expectation of God and the angels as the founder of a new religion such as this, especially after the angels gave me guidance about consuming too much alcohol on the 8th of March 2021. First, I'd like to give you an update on that. Truthfully, it has been easy for me to not consume liquor during these past 2 weeks, and I haven't, nor do I crave it. With regards to beer, I've had 7 beers in 14 days, which is normally the rate at which I consume beer in the past. However, I did find myself drinking more beer during the last year, during the pandemic. That being said, I've mentioned before that I'm not perfect, and over the years, the angels have voiced their concerns when I'm doing something in my personal life that prevents me from having spiritual growth in some areas. As a result, I've made many changes through these consultations. There is one, however, that they speak of in this next song that I still struggle with, and that is smoking. Excuses aside, I've quit for almost 2 years during the past 10, but found myself putting on too much weight and used that as an excuse to start smoking again. So I'm laying my cards on the table by telling you this, and the angels are also letting you know that I'm not a saint and still have things that I need to work on in my life in order for me to gain further spiritual growth. In the reversal, they also speak of prophets of the past. I do not believe they are referring to Jesus, though. They speak of some of the issues that other prophets had. Keep in mind that you are witnessing this firsthand and not from a book. In most cases, we have limited knowledge of other prophets' personal lives. We know little about issues they may have experienced during their spiritual growth as well. Certainly, when it comes to the Old Testament, God and the angels really had major challenges with them, for some did some very horrific things. Many of you may think, how can I not just fall to my knees in awe of God and the angels, and not instantly be cured of all my bad habits and become sinless? Unfortunately, that is not the way it works for me. I have learned over the years that God and the angels know what's in my heart and accept me for who I am. Even though they try to guide me on better paths, they do not put conditions on their love and will not force me to do something, even when I do something that may give me a sense of false pleasure or lack spiritual evolution. For me, it would be too easy for God to miraculously take away my urge for smoking. If this was the case, then I'd be asking Him to rescue me all the time, without putting the effort into working on these problems myself, and I believe that would be harmful to my soul in the long run. Another concern that some have is whether or not the group of 7 that will eventually be part of this will be ominous. Ominous means giving the impression that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen, threatening or inauspicious. And the answer they gave for this is no. As a matter of fact, it is the opposite. Through the angels' guidance, they will be giving hope and encouragement for a better future where humanity can live healthier and happier lives, while at the same time not ignoring the truth about the direction humanity is heading right now. They can see the future, and they know what can be achieved. In this next song, I'm not going to tell you who it is until the end of the presentation, when I will play the reverse song again with the video. I think it's important that you see the reverse video because it has a message in it as well, which I'll talk about later. This is a very complex reversal, and you're going to have to go through it a few times with headphones. If you do, you will hear it switching back and forth from ear to ear, and some of the messages will be missed without headphones. See if you can figure out who sings this song before the end of the first run-through. I'll give you one hint. It is sung by one of the top male artists of 2021. Here is the reversal.
The song that Ryan chose to do a reversal on today is Justin Timberlake's Filthy. Filthy was released on January 5, 2018, as the lead single from his fifth studio album, Man of the Woods, 2018. Its concept is one that shows how humans are relying on robots too much these days and how it could eventually result in people having intercourse with them. This might sound far-fetched, however, there are places, for example like Japan, that has a growing culture for realistic sex dolls, and many feel that reliance on them is far greater than it should be. At first glance you may find the forward version of this song a little repulsive. If you look past that, it was made to do the opposite, and help us to think about how far is humanity willing to go with this in the future.
That completes this presentation. To hear more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit our website at theangelscrolls.com.